Okay, guys, hope you're well. I'm going to kind of just wade in on something I saw on the Discord about moving averages, and it's deciding which is the best one to look at. Well, there's no real best one because they're a moving average. It's just an average of the price over a certain time period. Now, I think where people get a little bit stuck is understanding where to look at them. Most people will sort of go, oh, well, I'm looking at 5-minute chart. If it's under 200, it's selling. Above 200, it's buying. Fine. But you don't actually understand where moving averages come from. Moving average is exactly what it says it is. If it's a 20 period, it's 20 candles back, and it's the average of those 20 candles. But where they came from is slightly different. So let me just flick this over and I'll show you the question. Just pull that up. There we are. So it's Little Perry, little salute to you, kid. And this is, am I right in thinking it's 8, 20, 50, 200, or have I made them up? You haven't made them up. They are standard moving averages across the board, but there are multiple moving averages that people look at. Now, let me just flick this back over and down onto, say, a chart. Now, when you're looking at a moving average, there's various different ones. You've got exponential, you've got weighted, standard. There's all sorts of different. Now, general rule of thumb, if you want to see the average, just use a standard moving average indicator. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Flick that up. And then the key ones are 200, a 100, a 50, 20, 5, and then a wild card of 8. Now, if I whip all of these on, this is going to look mental. So you look at that and it's like, oh, what's the point of that lot? Well, it depends on where you want to read them. You see, moving averages, if you look at it from a fiscal point of view, is this. On the 5-minute chart, waste of time. You want to be looking at them on a daily chart. And then what you do is you pick out which ones you like best. So if we just strip these down slightly, what we have is a 200 moving average. Now, on a daily chart, which is whenever you're looking at Bloomberg or any sort of financial institute talking, they will talk about the daily, the 200 daily moving average. Now, why is it the 200 daily moving average? Well, if you took all the weekends out, faith holidays, bank holidays, that sort of thing, you're left with approximately 200 working days. So it gives you a rolling indication as to how the fiscal year is moving. Now, companies also look at mid to short-term forecasts. So that would be the rolling year. The 100 would be the rolling 6 months, the half-year review. You then move it down into the 50. This would be your quarterly review. 450s is 200. Now, if you strip weekends out, there's approximately 20 working days. So there's your 20 moving average over the course of the month. And if you want to drill it right in, there are approximately 5 working days in a week, Monday through Friday. So that's your business days. So what the moving average is telling you is what's happening within a working month, working week, working year, quarter, what have you. But there's a wild card. The wild card is this one, the 8. Now, that one's going to throw you because there isn't 8 days in the week. No. You drop it onto the hourly. There are 8 working hours in a normal office. So if you're looking at breaking up sessions, these become your office hours. So you can actually see what's happening throughout the day based on what's essentially happening with the guy at the desk. So you can get a bias for the week by looking at your 5 daily or for the month on the daily with your moving average, and then drop it down onto an hourly chart, overlay an 8 moving average, and again you'll see how smooth this is. And if you're looking for shorts, for example, well, you wait for the break, and then there you go. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours underneath that break of short selling. Look for the break here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours of buying. Same principle there. And you run it back in time over and over. And if you're looking for 10 pips at a time or whatever, this is why this is called the T line, because as soon as it breaks underneath, you've normally got a good opportunity. And the trick is to put your orders underneath said candle. So for argument's sake, if you run an order under there, it has to come down to pick it up. Well, it didn't, went across, put your order above there, both. So the 8 is incredibly important. It's a very, very good moving average on the right time frame. So I hope that one kind of helps and clarifies that a little bit. If you're stuck, just drop it in the comments. I'm always around. And if not, just find my contact details and email me. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.